Alright guys, I made some ginger ale with some herbs and used kefir culture. This is the kefir culture right here. This is just sugar water with the kefir grains in there, if you can see them floating around. Alright, and this, I have this sitting out all the time. I let this sit out for when I make these sodas and drinks. We add this water to our ginger ale, and this is what's going to ferment the sugar right there. Alright, the base, I got ginger root, peeled, diced, and steeped in boiling water. This is not much. You're going to need about 3 to 4 times this much, depending on how strong you like it. I like ginger a lot. Also added some herbs, beneficial herbs for your health. Peppermint, good for energy. Licorice root, good for stress, also good for energy. Supposedly it mimics the stress hormone cortisol. So if you're ever going to run a race or get in a fight with your wife and you're expecting a lot of stress, that's going to support your adrenal glands. Not overload them. Ginseng, good for energy, good for stress. It's an adaptogen, so if you're ever feeling tired, make some ginseng tea. It's gonna pick up your mood, your adrenal glands. It's not like caffeine. It's not a stimulant. It's an adaptogen, so it helps your body cope with stress. It also will calm you down. All adaptogens will kind of just level your body out, your hormones. So either way, all those ingredients, I steeped them in boiling water for an hour, hour and a half. Strained them out. I added this organic cane sugar right here. Stirred it up. You're going to want it really sweet. I'd say about 20 to 25% sugar content. And that's way sweeter than anyone should be drinking, but I'm sure some people out there like that. I'd say soda is about, and I'm just guessing, 11 to 15%. But once it's done, once it's fermented, it's going to be about 5-10%. And it's going to taste pretty good. It's still sweet, depending on how long you leave it out. Alright, so you get those ingredients mixed up, you get the sugar mixed in there. You're going to want to add clean, pure water. This is well water. It doesn't have chlorine, it doesn't have fluoride. If you don't have access to well water, you're going to want to use spring water, distilled water, or reverse osmosis water. So you dilute that down, and I just diluted it down because I made about 3 of these. So enough to fill 3 of these bottles up. These bottles are reused kombucha tea bottles. They work perfect. So I filled these up about 3/4 of the way. I used this water, which has been fermenting, which is pretty sour, got a little bit of sugar in it, and added the rest, just the water. I left the cultures in there, but you can see there's tiny little tiny cultures in there. So I used a sucker, a turkey baster, sucked up the little ones and put it in here, and that's what's going to ferment the sugar. That's what's going to turn the sugar into CO2 and lactic bacteria acid, and it's going to propagate, and it's going to make beneficial probiotics for your gut. Alright, so we're done with that. We added the tea, the ginseng tea. What's this called? Come on now. Ginger, plus all our herbs, water, and added the culture. You can add the big ones, but then they'll run out, so you don't want them to run out. You just add the little ones. Just suck them up there with that turkey baster. Put it in here. Cap it off. Make sure it's sealed. If it's not sealed, your ginger ale is not going to be fuzzy. It will still turn. It will still ferment. It'll just be flat. So to make sure it's sealed, I tighten it off and I waxed the top. I got the wax, put it in boiling water in a jar of boiling water, and then let it melt and dipped it a couple times until it was sealed, and it came out like this. I pretty much drank all of it. Still got a couple bottles left. This is real good stuff, man. Real good for you. Ginger's good for your digestion. If you're ever having stomach cramps, stomach pains, drink some of that ginger. This will help out a lot. Gives you energy too. And all this stuff, this licorice root, this ginseng, I mean, it's not like coffee, and it's not a stimulant. It's not going to overactivate your adrenal glands and burn them out like coffee will, or even tea. You want to stay away from caffeine as much as possible. It's not good. It's addictive. I drink it once in a while, and then I pretty much try to stay away from it as much as possible. But it's addictive, and I like the taste, and I like the taste of lattes. But anyways, that has nothing to do with my video. So drink up, get your ginger ale in, get your probiotics in at the same time. Oh, and you don't have to use the kefir. You can try to use the yeast. I tried to use the yeast, but I don't know how much to put, and it tasted bad. So if you have any questions, hit me up on Facebook or leave me some comments. I'll get back to you. I'll give you all the information that I can, and have fun. Talk to you later.